And we are back. How is everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel. Yeah, so if you've seen the title and the thumbnail, you're probably thinking, what does he mean by CEX vouchers? Well, obviously, I've been buying things and selling them on eBay and Vinted. But I've noticed CEX in a bad shout. Retro Rummage, Marathon Gaming, a few others, you know, Roddy Valley Gaming, they all trade in CEX, TVM. And I'm thinking of going down the same route. I'll explain to you as I go along now of what we've picked up this weekend and things, and explain the reasonings behind all of that. We did have some car boot sales this weekend. I didn't get much footage, unfortunately. The rain was against us and a few other things. I just didn't get any footage, if I'm honest. So I'll show you what we picked up and we'll go through there. So the first boot sale, we picked up these. There's 8 PlayStation 2 games there. We got Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. We got Enter the Matrix. Made Man, never even heard of that game, but picked it up. Batman Begins. Sonic Heroes. Matrix Path of Neo. Now that was quite a good little pickup. Smackdown Here Comes the Pain, Sonic Gems Collection, and the Sonic Mega Collection. Now these aren't going to break the bank, they're not brilliant pickups, don't get me wrong. None of these games, I think the highest one was like £3, maybe £2. Some of them were only £1. But the reason I got these was the lady was asking 50p a game. So for 50p a game, you're not really going to lose unless you've got a football game or something like that. And when I said, look, I want 9, she said, give me £3. So I got 9 games for £3. Trade-in value on CEX is just over £10. So, no, just over £13. So we made £10 profit. So I'm quite happy with that. Like I said, it's nothing major. It's not gonna buy me a Lamborghini or anything, but it's a tenner, isn't it? Just for driving to CEX. And then we went to another boot sale, because that was the only pickup there. Boot sales are a bit slim pickings, if I'm honest, but I'll show you what we got at the next boot sale. So the second boot sale, there's a guy selling games. I got these 4 Xbox games off him. We've got Rainbow Six, Vegas 2, Call of Duty 3, Forza Motorsport 4, and Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, Call of Duty Black Ops, I'm aware has gone up in value. That's the reason I picked that up. Forza, I thought would have been a lot better. I'm not sure what it changes in at a CEX, but this is the value. I know all the Xbox fanboys love Forza, so I thought that would have done better. It doesn't. And the same for these. That is worthless, absolutely worthless, and that wasn't much either. But the reason I got these as well was the Call of Duties, if I'm honest. It's only the Black Ops that are really worth anything, so bear that in mind, anyone. Black Ops is currently in CEX, but you could trade it in for £6 voucher. And Black Ops 2 is £12. So Black Ops 2 is the one to get, if you can get it. These are all relatively good condition. They've all got the manuals. And I did check all the discs out on them beforehand, just to make sure that they weren't heavily scratched and things like that. So he wanted £3 a game. I said, would you do 4 for a tenner? And he said yes. So that's another £10 spent. So total spent so far is £13. I'm not sure what these changed in. I know the total of everything, but I'm not sure what that chops in at. And then we went to another store. My cousin, Christopher Price, Nash, as we all know him. I picked a few games up off him. Another Call of Duty, so that's another £6. Nash was only charging £1 a game, so fair dues to the boy. This, the Undead version, Undead Nightmare of Red Dead Redemption, that trades in for a £5. So that's £1 into a £5, and that's £1 into 6. And then we got Street Fighter. That wasn't brilliant. I thought Street Fighter done better. Street Fighter 4. I think that's £2 or something, but we doubled our money on that one. He wanted £1 a game, so that's another £3 spent. So we're up to £16 spent. And the last thing I picked up at the second car boot was this headset. It's a Turtle Beach one. It's in pretty good shape, if I'm honest. It's the XM100, is it, or something like that? No, it isn't. That was the other headset I was looking for. The Earforce X12. Pretty good shape. They asked for £2. It trades in for £5, so it's another £3 profit. Yeah, I was quite chuffed with that. Yeah, so that was that. That was the second boot sale. And the third boot sale was an absolute waste of time. It was the furthest one away. We drove all the way. We had to queue for ages to get in. They weren't allowing buys until 1:30. And by the time we got in, it was just crap. Absolute waste of time. The only purchase I got from there was this little Mario figure. I paid £1 for it. Just decoration for my game room. That's going to go up on my Nintendo shelf. So, yeah, that's what I got from the third boot sale. Absolutely shocking. But what I did notice was, as we was queuing up as well, all the sellers was going around all the other stores and buying. Those people with carrier bags full, they was buying off stores. So that kind of rubbed me up the wrong way a bit. I wasn't very happy with that. But nothing we can do about it. They obviously allow it, and it's a bit of a kick in the balls. But so all the good stuff was gone, I suppose. I'm guessing there was people selling stuff, but they did kind of know their prices. There was a guy there who had a few consoles. PS2 Slim in pink, he wanted 70 quid with a few games. Too much for me. PS1 Slim, he wanted 50 for. He had the SNES, the little one, you know, with all the built-in games like the emulator. It was the official one, but he wanted 50 for that. He had a few other bits, but he just knew his prices, so I wasn't paying top dollar for him. And another guy had a few. Yeah, the original Xbox, he wanted £48. I kind of thought that was a bit of a weird price. Why 48? I googled, eBayed it, and they are going around 50, so there's no point in getting that. The only thing I was tempted with off him was some Xbox controllers. He wanted 8 quid. Quite high, if I'm honest, but they do trade in for 12. But you're running the risk of them not working or a thumbstick not working, so I left it there. So yeah, that boot sale was a complete waste of time. There was another headset as well. She wanted a £5 or make me an offer, she said, but when I looked on CEX, they traded in for 6. Good condition. They were 8, I believe, or maybe 10, I can't remember, but there was a lot more. If it was an A grade, don't think they would have made an A grade, so you're looking at 6. She asked for 5. I was going to be cheeky and ask for 2, but I thought, oh, do you know what, I'll just leave it there. So we didn't pick that one up. Which brings me on to the topic of the video. Would I be better off just trading into CEX? Like I said, there's a lot of people I watch who do just CEX trade-ins. The reason I'm asking is fast money. So that little lot there, I spent a total of £18, and I could drive to CEX now and trade it in for 39. So I've made a £21 profit. Obviously that's vouchers, so I can only spend that in CEX. My original argument in doing this was I wanted to have cash so I could spend it wherever I wanted. Well, I've built up a nice little bit of cash now. If I show you this is the game fund currently. It's split between cash. I've got some credit in Vinted, which I can draw out as cash if I want, but I'm just going to keep it sitting in Vinted. If I see anything, I'll just buy it with that. Yeah, so we got a fair bit of cash there. So, and I've been checking prices. Another reason I wanted cash was I could buy stuff off eBay, because eBay's cheaper. But it's not that much cheaper. I've noticed the last game I bought, big game, was Silent Hill Shattered Memories. I've been watching that game for probably 6 months on eBay off various different sellers. They're all around the £180 mark. I've had people offering me for 160 and things. I've held off because I just didn't want to spend that much on a game. I checked CEX, they were selling for 120. So you're saving 60 quid on that game. I've checked other games. Silent Hill Homecoming, I want to get that. 20 to £25 on eBay and Vinted is £20 in CEX. So I could either get it for the same price off eBay, which I've got to pay cash for, I've got to wait for, don't know what condition it's going to turn up in, or I could just drive to CEX and pick it up for 20 quid and you're going to have a warranty with it. Like I said, I could use my vouchers then, anything I accumulate. Yeah, I just think it's a bit madness. And I've had a few issues with eBay. I've had people saying games haven't turned up. So a game I sold for £4.99 the other week didn't turn up, apparently. They could be right, they could be wrong, they could just be You know, I didn't send it recorded, my own fault, because the fees for recorded is ridiculous. You know, I'm charging people £2.25 to post a game. So if I send it first class as a letter, it is £2.25. I'm not making any money off the postage. If I want to do that tracked or signed for, you're talking £3 or £4. Who's going to pay that for a game? Especially a low-end game. You're paying £5 for the game. You're paying just as much in postage when they could go to CEX and buy it. So it's a vicious circle. So I don't send a lot of them tracked. They're saying they're not getting, so I've had to give refunds. There was a guy who bought my Mega Drive. He made me an offer of 45. I sold it to him. He was unhappy because there was 4 rubber feet on the bottom. One of them was missing, and the console was a bit dirty. I was like, yeah, send it back. Give him a refund. It's just all the hassle. I relisted it for 60, and I sold it for 60. And like the second buyer was over the moon. They left me feedback saying they was really happy with it. So first guy was just a bit of a dick. I think he wanted something brand new, and I made £15 more. So, you know, take that in, stick that in your pipe and smoke it. But it's just a little bit of hassle. Obviously, you've got to pack things as well. So if I sell a game for £3, they're paying the postage, but then you've still got to pack it. It might cost you 50p or £1 for a padded envelope, and then you've got to drive to the post office to do it. Whereas CEX, you're getting a little bit less, but it's just like that. So like I said, that I could probably that is all traded in CEX for £39. Yes, I could probably sell it on eBay for 50 to 60. But by the time you take your fees out, you know, you're losing a good 13% in fees. So say if I got £50, I'm going to be losing probably £7 in fees, so you're down to 43. Then you've got to buy the envelopes, the poster. You're not making it. I think CEX is the better option right now. Leave in the comments if you think I'm wrong. Some games, fair enough, like the higher end stuff. I've got Bloody Raw 2. I see that's for sale around 40 to 50 quid. I've got it up for 40 at the minute. It hasn't sold, don't get me wrong, but I think I could drop that to 30 and it'd sell it. I've got loads of people watching it on Vinted and eBay, but CEX will only give you £22 trade-in. So, you know, certain things I think are for eBay, some things for trade, like those Call of Duties, I could probably sell them for 10 on eBay, but how long you sat on waiting for them, then you've got to take your fees out, whatever. I could just buy it for £1, drop a carboot, trade it straight in and make a £5. So I think that is a better option. Like I said, leave in the comments what you think, if you think I'm wrong or if I'm right. But I did see a Grail while I was in CEX in Hereford. Excuse me, I've got a bit of indigestion. But while we went to, the last car boot sale we went to was Madley. We got there a bit early. So we popped to Hereford and I went to CEX and I seen one of my Grail items there. It was a really good price as well. I should have bought it. I had the cash there, but I was like, oh, wait till I go to, because I had these games from the previous 2 car boots. I thought, right, let's go to the last car boot, see what else we can get, and then trade it all in together and use a voucher towards a Grail. Should have just bought it. I had the cash there. Like I said, the game fund's doing really well. I had the cash to buy the item. I'm not going to tell you how much it is because I will be going down and buying it this week, fingers crossed. The guy said it's been there a while. He doesn't think it's going to sell anytime soon. So I will probably go down and get that this week. But yeah, and get it, I didn't do that. So, especially when we didn't get anything from the last car boot. So we got 39 quid to add to the game fund. Obviously, all depending on if they pass the condition test with CEX. To me, they're all really good. So CEX, don't be a dick. They'll all get traded in tomorrow, and then we've got an extra £39 to the game fund. We're doing really well. I might even maybe give it to the end of next month because I just counted. I've still got from that massive bundle 123 games to sell. I've got 20 odd Switch cases left. My kitchen is getting a bit of a mess, so I may, the end of next month, if things aren't selling. I did have a good weekend. Sorry, I'm going off course. Let's finish my first sentence, Wayne. I may, if they don't sell by the end of next month, trade a load of those into CEX as well. But like I said, I did have a good weekend this weekend. We sold another 6 games. A few higher value ones as well. Buffy the Vampire Slayer sold for like 15 quid. A couple of £5 games. So, you know, things things are still selling, but it's just waiting. Whereas CEX, I get a little bit less, but it's instant, isn't it? So we shall see what we're going to do with those. But yeah, that's about it this week. It's a bit of a boring video, a bit crud. That's what we picked up. That's where the game fund is currently at. There's a little thing I may be buying, so that's a bit of news. Yeah, and that's about it. Yeah, it sucks. Really sucks. Sorry guys, it's been a crap week. But we'll hopefully have some more car boots next week. The weather's picking up again, hopefully. June was the best for car boots. July, it's just been a washout, complete and utter washout. I will be showing you my game pickups of this month shortly as well, because we are close to the end of the month. So that's another video to look out for. And yeah, hope you're still enjoying the channel. I do want to mention as well, with that big game bundle I bought, a few people said they didn't think I'd make the money on it. Basically, where we're sat with that is, I blew the whole game fund, didn't I, on that? 258 quid. You can see that we've got money back in the game fund. I blew the whole 258 quid, and now the game fund's back up to 300 and whatever it is. We're nearly £100 profit off that, so I think it was a good investment. Like I said, I still got 123 games, so if I got £1 each of them, that's another 120 quid. So we're closer to that 500 quid mark. Like I said, last video, in stock, we are over that 500 quid mark. Well over it. That's where I wanted to be at. But I'm going to start spending some of the game fund now, because I've had enough. I've been building this game fund up to buy games, and then I've been buying games out my own money. So the game funds have been growing, and then I've just been buying games out my own money here. So I'm going to start spending some of the game fund, I think. By the time we trade these games in now, we're nearly at the 400 quid mark. Let's spend some of it, shall we? Let's enjoy it. Like there's games I want to buy, but the prices are really high. I'm like, oh, I'm not spending that. I'm not spending that. But when it's coming out of the game fund, who cares? Who cares? Because it's free money. It's money I never would have had. And it's money I've done from flipping games. So none of that is my money. All this game fund is profit from selling games. So I'm going to make some crazy purchases. If I want to spend £200 on one game, I will. Watch me. You can't stop me. So yeah, that's where we're heading at. Obviously, I'm not going to just go around now and spend every penny of the game fund on games for myself. We need some money to take over. But I am going to buy some things, so look out for that and see what we get. It's going to be more of the nicer things that I wouldn't want to spend my own money on, put it that way. You know, a game that's 150 quid, I don't want to be like spending my money on that. So I'm going to get out the game fund, because that's what it's there for. And I hope you all appreciate that. But yeah, game fund's looking healthy. We're getting there. So I shall see you all on the next video, folks. Sorry this one's been a bit crap, but hopefully the future ones will be a little bit more entertaining. And I'll see you on the next one. So take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Ta-da.